Okay, so we decided in class this is in the form, vertex form. Our role of A is a negative 1/2. A negative A opens down. So now we look at A without looking at the sign of A. If we have a negative 1/2 without looking at the sign, then A would be 1/2. 1/2 is less than 1. Therefore, our parabola will be more wide. In order to find the vertex given a function in vertex form, so our general formula is f of x. Our general formula for a function in vertex form is f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Our vertex is always going to be h comma k. Looking at our function here, this is h, this is k. Our vertex, 5, 8. We do not look at this negative sign because it's only h. This is h. That negative sign is not part of h. Our axis of symmetry, if you look back into the definition of this in our notes, it's the x value of our vertex. If our vertex is 5, 8, our x value is 5. To describe the shift given our vertex in words, we are going right 5 and up 8. This motion is always going to be left and right. This is always going to be up or down. Our domain is always all real numbers or negative infinity, infinity. Our range, when we have a negative a, our range is going to be in the form negative infinity, our y value of our vertex. So because our a is negative, negative infinity, our y value of our vertex is 8, that's our range.
Elijah Pardo, please report to the main lobby.
In order to find our y-intercept, we have to substitute 0 in for x. So we're going to have negative 1/2, 0, 0 minus 5 squared plus 8, negative 1/2, negative 5 squared plus 8, negative 5 squared gives you a positive 25. Therefore, our y-intercept is negative 4.5. If we were to write this as a point, it would be 0, 4.5. If we were going to graph our y-intercept, this is the point we would graph. Our next equation, we decided, is given in standard form. Our role of A would be 3. We have a positive A, therefore it opens up. 3 is greater than 1, therefore our parabola will be more narrow. In order to find the vertex, we have to use our new equation, which is x equals negative b over 2a. b is negative 12, so we're going to have a negative 12. 2 times a is 3, gives us 12 over 6. Simplifies to 2, but we're not done. we have to figure out our y value of our vertex, so we're going to take this 2, plug it back in for x into our formula, into our function, and find our y value. So now we have 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 1. Order of operations, we have to do exponents first. So it would be 3 times 2 squared, which is 4. Then we can multiply out our parentheses. So we have 12 minus 12 times 2, 24, plus 1. 12 minus 24, negative 12, plus 1, negative 11. So our vertex is 2, negative 11. Again, our axis of symmetry is our x value of our vertex. X value is 2. To describe our shifts with our vertex, we would be going right 2, down 11. Our domain is always, negative infinity, positive infinity. Our range, to determine our range, we have to look at our a value. My a value is 3, which is positive. Whenever we have a positive a, our range is going to be y value, infinity. My y value of the vertex, negative 11. Therefore, my range is going to be negative 11, infinity. Y-intercept, when you read the definition of finding y-intercept, when you're given standard form, it's always your c value. My c value is 1. Number 3, we are given a function in vertex form. A is a positive 3. Positive A opens up. Three is greater than 1. Therefore, our parabola is going to be more narrow. Our vertex is h, k. Usually, in our general form of vertex form, it's x minus h. Because we have a plus sign here, that means that our h would have to be negative. So it would be negative 6, 2, negative 2. Axis of symmetry, our x value of our vertex, x equals negative 6. We are going left 6 and down 2. Domain, always, negative infinity, positive infinity. My range, we have a positive a value. Therefore, my range is going to be y value, infinity. My y value, negative 2. In order to find the y-intercept, we plug 0 in for x. 3 times 0 plus 6 squared minus 2. 3 times 6 squared minus 2. 3 times 36 minus 2. 108 minus 2 gives us 106 as our y-intercept. And we're done. This equation is in standard form. Our A is a -1. A negative A opens down. When you look back in our rows of A, if x ever equals -1 or x equals 1, we'll have a normal width. My vertex, again, we have to do that equation, x equals -b over 2a, -10 over 2 times -1 gives us -10 divided by -2, 5. Now we take this 5, we plug it back into our equation. Because we have to find the y value of the vertex. 5 squared is 25 times a -1 will give us -25 plus 50 minus 7. -25 plus 50 gives us a positive 25. 25 minus 7 is 18. Our vertex is 5, 18. Axis of symmetry, x value of the vertex, x equals 5. My shift, I'm going right 5, up 18. Domain, always, negative infinity, positive infinity. Range, we look at our A value. Our A value is negative, therefore it's going to be in the form negative infinity, comma, y value. Y value is 18. And my y-intercept, when given in standard form, is just my c value. My c value is -7. And that concludes the notes from today.